Hello, what is up guys? Eman from Peso Smart PH here. Welcome sa panibagong episode. Shout out to all the podcast listeners as well. I appreciate you all. Today, let's talk about rice. As of November 2024, the average retail price of regular well-milled rice in the Philippines was 49 pesos and 44 centavos per kilo. For premium rice naman, locally it's around 50 pesos to 58 pesos per kilo. And imported rice is between 54 pesos to 64 pesos per kilo. And lastly, local special rice costs around 59 to 62 pesos per kilo, and imported special rice between 55 to 65 pesos per kilo. And what about prices of extra rice in our favorite fast food restaurants? Sa Jollibee, it's at 32 pesos. Pero if you're ordering using Food Panda, it's a little bit more expensive at 35 pesos. Sa McDonald's naman, an extra rice will cost you an additional 39 pesos. Medyo mas mahal ng konti sa McDo. And sa Andox, 27 pesos ang extra rice. For KFC, it's at 40 pesos. Sa Tapa King, 55 pesos ang garlic rice and 45 pesos naman ang plain rice. And then, here are some other restaurants na available sa Food Panda. KR Boodle Fight, 20 pesos lang yung plain rice. Sa Jello's Tapsilugan, 20 pesos both yung garlic rice and plain rice. I actually like this restaurant kasi I love garlic rice and same lang yung price ng garlic and ng plain rice. Sa Cacao Tapsilog and Snacks, 25 pesos naman yung kanilang extra plain rice. Sa Rice Rocket, ito medyo pricey na yung kanilang mga kanin. 45 pesos sa plain rice and 50 pesos for garlic rice. And lastly, sa Gourmet Silog, 40 pesos yung plain rice and 50 pesos ang garlic rice. Also, last year, I saw a post from Andox na may promo sila. If you buy a Coke mismo, yung extra rice mo is piso na lang. Obviously, this shows na we Filipinos love our rice. And we are a rice-eating country. And it's a staple sa diet natin. About 80% of Filipinos eat rice regularly. It is a major item in the consumer basket, accounting for around 25% of the consumer basket, the highest among Asian countries. Based sa World Population Review, the Philippines is ranked 9th in the world sa consumption of rice at around 191.48 kilograms per capita. So itong kilograms per capita, this is just yung consumption on average for every single person dun sa isang place or sa isang country. In the case here, Philippines. Personally, for me, I consume around 300 grams of rice per day. I eat 2 meals that includes 150 grams of rice per meal every day. That amounts to 109,500 grams of rice or 109.5 kilograms of rice per year. I know this is well below the average, but I still love my rice and I want to continue eating it, but only in moderation. Also, rice is a major contributor to our country's economy, accounting for around 3.5% of the country's GDP. And then 16% of the agriculture GVA or gross value added, and 13% of the CPI or consumer price index. Rice farming provides a source of income and employment for millions of farmers and their families. Rice is also a politically important crop, and the government is involved in its supply and distribution. So, why all of a sudden are we talking about rice? It's because the Philippine Rice Research Institute, or PhilRice, said that it is pushing for an executive order, or EO, to eventually make the half cup of rice as the standard serving size. Kasi now, 1 cup yung like standard serving size everywhere dito sa Philippines. Based on an article by Adrian H. Halili from Business World, PhilRice Head of Development Communication Hazel V. Antonio Beltran said in an online briefing that it is proposing initially that food service establishments within government agencies be the testing ground for the half-cup policy. Then she said that we will now look at the impact that this will have on waste. So the data will be the basis for expanding the standard to private restaurants. She added that right now we only have household data, and we can use the government test run as reference to promote the initiative in all restaurants. For context, again, yung current serving size sa mga restaurants is 1 cup, which is roughly 200 grams. So if this change pushes through, making half cup of rice na yung standard, which is around 100 grams. And again, according to PhilRice, Philippine households waste about 255,000 metric tons of rice per year, or 19 to 20 kilograms per household. The amount of rice wasted is equivalent to the consumption of 2.79 million people. So that is a big number, and itong waste na to is a big deal. So sa amin, we don't contribute to that waste in our household. I grew up in an environment wherein yung kukunin mo na pagkain is yung kaya mo lang kainin. And I'm a firm believer na tama yun so that we can avoid wasting food. Lalo na ngayon kasi I've been into fitness. So I need my food and my calories. So kailangan ko lahat yun kainin. Walang nasasayang, natitira, or tinatapon na pagkain. Going back to the article, Ms. Antonio Beltran added that the PhilRice is also proposing penalties of between 3,000 pesos to 10,000 pesos for non-compliance. So, ito, hindi naman siya ganun kalaking fine, but of course for small businesses, this is going to be a big deal. Pero sa mga like big conglomerates na, nag-ooperate ng mga restaurants, it's not really gonna affect them that much. But of course, dapat mag-comply itong mga restaurants na to pagka ito na yung naging bagong standard. And she also said that the Private Sector Advisory Council also supports the initiative and is waiting approval from the President. They're just waiting for the final approval, then maybe we can start next year. When that happens, maybe after 2 years, we can make this initiative national. And PhilRice has said that 47 local government units have adopted ordinances requiring food establishments to serve rice in half cups. I think it's important to discuss this topic kasi we have to curb obesity in our country. According to the 2021 Expanded National Nutrition Survey, or ENNS, of the DOST FNRI, 14% of children 5 to 10 years old, 13% of individuals 10 to 19 years old, and 40.2% of adults are living with overweight and obesity. In the past decade, the prevalence rates have increased across all age groups, and if no action is taken, the overall rates for overweight and obesity are projected to further rise. Obesity is a major risk factor for chronic diseases, including cardiovascular diseases such as heart disease and stroke. So, how is this relevant? This is an investing and personal finance channel. Where are we going with this? So, sabihin natin na you have your savings. You have your emergency fund. You invest in stocks, ETFs, real estate, crypto, you name it. And sabihin din natin na you're earning a lot from your active income and you're saving and investing at the same time. So you're all set financially, sabihin natin. Pero what about your health? Are you taking care of yourself? Do you watch what you eat? At the end of the day, you need to protect the asset, which is yourself. Your mental and physical well-being should always be your priority. And sometimes we forget about this when we are on the grind. For example, for that next paycheck, that next promotion, yung raise na hinahabol mo, that new business opportunity, that new investment asset. So we sacrifice sleep for work. We say we don't have the time to exercise or work out. And we choose the most convenient way to get food, i.e. fast food, instead of going for the healthier option. And lagi natin sinasabi na, yung healthier option is more expensive, but if itatry nyo yung fit or fitness lifestyle, so start nyo yung fitness journey nyo, makikita nyo na hindi naman siya ganun kamahal in comparison to, getting fast food, getting food delivered to your house. Yung bottom line is we all have to invest in ourselves and our well-being. And more specifically, invest in our long-term health. Most of the time, demonizing rice as the cause for weight gain. Mga newbies sa fitness journey nila sometimes brag about not eating rice kasi yun daw yung main reason why they gained all that weight. Yes, it might be a factor if sobrang rice yung kinakain mo everyday. Personally, for me, I lost 22 kilograms without giving up rice. So, from the time na nag-start ako mag-workout nung 2019, I was around 92 kilos at that time. And now, steady ako at around 70 kilos. So, 22 kilograms na yung nawala sa akin. But, everyday pa rin ako kumakain ng rice. As I've said earlier, 150 grams per meal. And nakakadalawang meal ako per day. And 300 grams yon in total every single day. And then sometimes, kapag medyo nagugutom pa ako before for example, a couple of hours before my bedtime, kumakain ulit ako mga 100 grams. So, a total of 400 per day. So, hindi nyo kailangang i-give up yung rice and hindi nyo kailangang i-demonize yon para mapababa yung weight nyo or para mag-lose kayo ng fat. What you have to understand is calories in and calories out. If hindi mo nababurn yung calories na kinain mo, then obviously, you'll gain weight. It's as simple as that. For women, around 1,600 to 2,400 calories per day yung calorie maintenance. But of course, this will depend dun sa lifestyle mo and for example, yung height mo. And for men naman, that's around 2,000 calories to 2,800 calories per day. And again, as I said, this will vary based sa lifestyle mo and daily physical activity. For me, before tinry ko na 1,500 lang yung kakainin ko per day, medyo mababa. So, tinaasan ko yun to 1,800. And that is coupled with resistance training or strength training or nagbubuhat ako sa gym ng weights. And then, konting cardio nung una, like walking. And then, eventually ngayon, nagbabasketball ako and nagte-tennis. So, yun yung main cardio ko. And I don't walk anymore kasi nakukuha ko rin naman yung steps ko sa tennis and sa basketball. And on average, kapag napagsama-sama lahat yun, nakaka-burn ako ng around 1,200 to 1,500 calories per day. And yung maintenance ko is around 2,500 calories per day. So around nearly 4,000 na yung kailangan kong kainin sa isang araw. So nadadagdagan yung kinakain ko. And rice is actually healthy if it's part of a balanced diet. It's a good source of carbohydrates, which will provide energy and fuel for physical activity. Per 150 grams of cooked white rice, you will get 0.42 grams of fat, 41.85 grams of carbohydrates, and 3.99 grams of protein. So it is bland, low in fiber, and easy to digest, making it a good option for people with digestive problems, nausea, or heartburn. So again, healthy yung rice if you will eat it in moderation. So in conclusion, let's stop demonizing rice as part of our diets. Yung mas kailangan nating iwasan are processed food, sugary drinks, and fatty foods. And of course, yung sedentary lifestyle. You don't need to go to the gym naman if you don't want to. You have the option to walk as I've said earlier, or kung trip mo mag-jog or tumakbo. And if you're just starting out to get active physically, walking is a free and great way to burn some calories. So sa una siguro aim for 2,000 steps, then up mo yun to 5,000, to 7,000, 7,500, and then eventually 10,000 steps per day. Pairing that with a balanced diet will surely decrease your weight and mag-lose ka ng fat. Again, you have to remember calories in and calories out. Dapat lang mas mataas yung calories used versus calories consumed. That's gonna be it for this episode, guys. Sana may natutunan kayo. Thank you for watching and listening. I will see you on the next episode. Always remember, be Peso Smart.